Pink Fohawk is a crass, vulgar, violent, raunchy podcast that is meant for immature adult audiences only. Content warning is available in the description.
Welcome to Pink Fohawk, everybody.
You sound drunk.
Welcome to Pink Fohawk, everybody. I'm Ben, I'm the GM.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for having us again, Ben. It's really an honor to keep being invited back.
Yeah.
I'm really happy to have you guys back here again. Let's talk about your characters. Can you give me a quick little character breakdown?
Oh, hell yeah.
Can I go first?
Yeah, John, do it.
I just want to be an asshole.
As long as you introduce yourself as I'm John.
Hey, I'm John Anderson. My name is Christian, and my character is John Anderson. He used to be a company man, and he has recently become a freelance Shadowrunner, but he's got a super expensive apartment. He is your classic yuppie. My inspiration was Ellis from Die Hard, except that he's also got a badass Steven Seagal ass-kicking side, because it's Shadowrun.
If every yuppie in the world was just John, and they just were a fucking Shadowrunner kick-ass motherfucker, that would be...
John gives yuppies a good name.
Yeah.
He's not gonna jump out of a window if the stock market goes down. He's gonna
go raid all the Rolodexes of those guys who jumped out of their windows and go make some contacts.
Right. Yeah.
Right. He sees some job openings. How about Tina?
Oh, it's my turn. Hey, Shadow Punks. My name's Dan. I play Tina Bone Meal. Just a mountain of meaty troll muscle. Out here looking for a friend, cracking skulls and crushing balls.
Mm-hmm. She crushes balls.
She crushes anything she's paid to crush. We'll get into that.
That's true. And not paid to crush.
Rory's hands got crushed.
Every time we start our session, we start with a little shadow fact, a little tidbit of everyone's character, just so that we have a little insight into what makes them tick.
Hell yeah. I've got one. We talked about how Tina was not estranged, but like her family all died, and then she went into foster care. But every single year on Tina's birthday, she gets a birthday letter from her Uncle Mel. She thinks. It's signed UM, but it's addressed to Tina Bug, which is what Uncle Mel used to call her.
Interesting.
And she thinks he's dead. She doesn't really understand it, but her uncle, Mel, was like actually a famous actor back in like the late 80s, 90s, early 2000s, right up until he got pulled over for a DUI and went on an anti-Semitic rant.
Wait, was he ever in a film called The Patriot?
He was. You've heard of him. A few years later, he was actually on stage at a Proud Boys convention and went on like an anti-troll rant, but then turned into a troll like mid-rant. And then he escaped. He absconded to northern Idaho, and that's where he started the survivalist troll supremacist cult.
Yikes.
I love that. Shrouded in mystery.
Okay, so John, he's the kind of guy that tips the valet. He likes having a doorman in his lobby. He has a maid that takes care of his apartment. But he's always had this passion, maybe from his humble beginnings when he was a kid. He works on his rapier bike. He does his own repairs.
Changes his own goddamn oil.
He does, but he doesn't want anybody to know about. He doesn't want people to...
It's too blue collar.
It's too blue collar, but it's maybe the last part of his childhood, his upbringing where...
See, now I want to be John. I want to be like...
He relies on that bike. He likes to know how it ticks.
Right on.
That makes sense. Like the rapier's practically his third hand. You know what I mean? Like it's.
Well,
like,
I think John was close with his dad. He and his old man worked on that after his mom ran away with the magic user. They worked on the bike.
Man, we got to mine John's past for this rogue mom fucker.
This mom
Take
fucker?
the back wheel of the rapier right to his face.
Turn it on, just rip it.
Saw him in half with your back wheel.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Dan, you're already starting to think like Tina.
Yeah. She's starting to
brutal.
Bleed into my consciousness.
She is brutal.
She's brutal. Even John's like,
Jesus Christ. Searching for boards.
Searching for boards.
What's he got on him? I don't really have a shadow fact per se. I want to kind of give a little color to the world. The major entertainment medium that everyone sort of indulges in the year 2053 is called simsense.
Okay.
It's kind of like virtual reality, but you can feel everything. It's like you either can jack this into your head with like a chip. They can put these trodes on their head, and then they can like feel whatever was recorded by the recording artist per se.
haptic feedback, if you will.
Haptic feedback, yeah.
Do they record that with real people and like mine those sensory feelings and then program them, or is it all just like keyboard strokes of like...
It's recorded by someone that is an actor, and then they'll take that feed and then they do go to like simsense editors that tweak a few things, amp up a little bit of like emotion here or whatever. There's a black market for these things too. Better Than Life chips or Beatles, BTL chips on the street, where
Tina's into Beatles.
They bring these things above legal levels of input. It's like a drug. Like they feel like it's hyper real.
Every time we do an episode, I'm just like, oh, that's basically just like now. That's basically just the world we live in.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Faye, who Tina hooked up with.
Yeah, she did. Yes, she did.
Overtime. Her name is Faye Feelsall, and she's actually a simsense star.
Right.
simsense star / influencer.
It was a bucket list night for Tina.
Tina is into simsense. She's into the arts.
She's into Beatles big time.
She's into Beatles. She's kind of into pop culture, and Faye she's a simsense star. She's kind of avant-garde. Her most famous simsense trios are titled Cleaning Ears While Eating Toast.
Ugh.
That was a real...
Wait, hold on, let me go get some toast real quick.
That was a real response from Chris. Ketchup water slide.
What the fuck is
and farting in a bath full of beans. These are the titles of her most watched trids ever.
They gotta be like refried beans though, right? They gotta be like the slow...
They're baked beans.
The slow bubble moving to the top.
I'm starting to understand why she hooked up with Tina.
She's just this weird...
At first I was like, why is this beautiful woman hooking up with Tina? But now it's all making sense.
Tina watches all of her tridios, which is why she knew exactly.
You're feeling the ketchup water slide. You're feeling the fart.
Like, it's the smell.
I gotta say, like, ketchup water slide is the worst. That's gotta be the fucking worst. Because it's like, if you don't clean up right away, you get that kind of like tacky ketchup on you. Like, it like dries on a plate, you know what I mean? Like,
people are they're getting overloaded with simsense.
A lot of vinegar.
So much vinegar.
So let's get started. So you guys wake up. It's about 3 p.m. the next day.
3 p.m. the next
3
day?
p.m. You guys are up late. I mean, John got home, 3 a.m.?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. John's definitely like making some Bloody Marys for the group. Just a giant blender full of Bloody Marys. Just a little hair of the dog.
Gina, you wake up and Faye's not there. John, you wake up to hear, I guess if you're making Bloody Marys, you see Faye walk into the living room.
Okay.
She's got like one of your classic robes on.
The rising sun on the back. John's like super Karate Kid, Cobra Kai.
And she's sort of like, what, do you live here or something?
This is my place. Would you like a Bloody Mary?
Sure. And she sits down and she's just...
Jicama? Olive?
I'm imagining just like a handful of jicama, like jicama?
Celery?
Yeah, celery, no jicama. Olives, lots of olives.
No jicama, okay.
And she is just like, you could see she's on her little comlink messing with some shit. She's like very focused on what she's doing.
I feel like John is used to just like chicks at bars being hot and not talking to him, and he gets it. He just makes his Bloody Mary. I feel like John then goes over to like his little dojo area and slowly starting to stretch, like get into his morning. He does a little workout routine. He's getting there, but he's taking his time because he got
sweating out the Nova
kicked.
Coke.
Yeah.
You just see, she just starts making herself completely at home. She's walking through and like opening drawers, looking for straws, like stainless steel metal straw, and puts it in her cup and starts to drink it.
I'm not going to say anything.
I guess Tina woke up in John's bedroom on the floor with a little, blanket there with a Faye-shaped nest in it. Noticed that she was gone. Cracks a little smile just to herself. Stands up, puts on the oversized robe, silk robe that John has, and steps out into the living area where she sees Faye over at the kitchen bar.
As she steps out, John kind of gets up, walks over, takes the full blender off its like the little holder thing, and just plops that down for her. Like he knows that's like a Tina Big Gulp size.
Massive.
Yeah, it's the rest of the blender.
2 quarts of Bloody Mary in this thing.
Yeah. Tina saunters right up to the bar while you do that. She puts one massive troll hand on Faye's tiny little shoulders, and she takes the blender in one hand and just gulps it.
Like a cup, like a sippy cup.
And it takes about 15 extended gulps to down the entire blender, but she doesn't stop for a breath. And then slams it down on the table. gently.
Yeah. I'm like, whoa, easy on the merch.
You're like, that's a blinja.
Just rips a belch, wipes the Bloody Mary off her lips.
I think it's funny if John like quickly takes out like a Zippo and like lights the belch, like it's like full like alcohol, like it's like fire.
Like Bowser.
And she wipes the excess Bloody Mary off her chin and turns to Faye and just says, "Morning, sunshine."
She says, hey.
I want John to give Tina a little wink, like a bro wink, like nice.
Tina looks just like a little nervous when you do that because she can't quite read what that was about, and then she kind of nods quickly and kind of like points like secretively towards Faye and like smiles and nods excitedly.
I just want these guys to be they're douches about like, yeah, it's like, yeah, no problem, like use my bed, like it's cool, dude, like whatever you gotta do to get that, get that
just
A.
the biggest asshole brosips.
Yeah, like just frat boy brosips.
Tina turns to John and she goes, "How'd you sleep, John?"
I'm not sure I did. I'm not sure I did, Tina.
We didn't do much of that either. I haven't tried a Tina laugh yet.
I'm still awake. I'm still coming off the coke.
You can still see like Tina's like footprints on the carpet and on the couch and shit where she'd tromped in.
He's okay with his frat bros that I consider Tina now part of trashing his pad if it's for a good cause like that.
It'll be sterilized.
I get it, Tina. I get what you had to do. By the way, for our listeners, Dan and I are not at all like this, and that's why I think it's funny to play it like this.
I always take my shoes off at the door. Always, always.
There you go.
And that's only because I have kids now, and because, you start being aware that when you walk into a gas station bathroom, you're just standing in piss. So you better take those shoes off.
Every square inch of New York City is piss. I mean, it is. So I take my shoes off all the time.
You're like, even the inside of my apartment.
Faye is sitting at the counter and she's just sort of absentmindedly sipping at the margarita and
Bloody
Mary. She's sort of writing messages to somebody. You see her sort of reach behind her ear and she pulls out this chip, puts it in sort of this like little clear plastic case and snaps it shut and puts it in her purse that she has next to her.
Oh.
And she says, well, that was fun. Thanks.
Did she just use Tina for a kick chip?
I think she did.
She's like, this one's going to be good. I have a little program that blurs all faces. No one's going to be able to know anything. But like the emotion was real last night. It was real intense.
Tina's usually pretty oblivious to things, but this just happens to be her profession. And she was watching while that all kind of happened, and she goes, "Oh yeah, I know." She kind of like tightens down a little bit around Faye's shoulders with her troll hand. "I'm sorry, but can't let you leave here with that."
Is that a threat?
"Do you want it to be?"
Do you want it to be?
"Yeah, I think I'm okay with that."
Because I have like bodyguards that are like not far that could have totally come in here and handle you guys.
And Tina picks her up with both hands and sets her on the bar top to turn around and like look her square in the eyes. Tina is exuding the previous night energy at this point.
I want John to just be like slowly like like the guy from Office Space, like with the coffee, like drinking his Bloody Mary and like taking a big like crack into the jicama and being like just kind of like eating like loudly, like but also like ready at the ready, like if the guards bust in there to like take out his like secret like weapons case and just like start ripping into it.
I'm imagining John in like one of his robes, terry cloth robes.
I'm actually picturing him in Bruce Lee like sweatpants, like black sweatpants, and like shirtless.
Like a sit-up position, and you like sit up real awkwardly, like you like sit up, just like in an awkward like half workout position.
But he's like ready. He's like so coked and just he's still juiced and ready to fight.
Tina has seen every inch of Faye's body. She's understanding of the physical situation right now and any imminent threat she may or may not be in. She's pretty confident. And she reaches into Faye's purse and she pulls it back out with her troll fingers.
Give me a quickness test.
Okay.
You're gonna have to roll for that because she's not gonna let.
I mean, I can just rip it off.
I mean,
all right. You want a quick? What's my quickness?
We're gonna do.
Tina, can I quick sidebar? I was just thinking. Just about like getting into this like as sort of being like a mission or whatever. Like, what if you did something where you want to release this? Like, there's something I need you to do for me.
Yeah,
kind of
that's where I'm.
Okay, I didn't know if you were going there, but I was just thinking that could be cool.
I'm just gonna make it a 4. She's not like super fucking quick. She's gonna try to pull the purse away when you start to reach for it.
And I got 2 6s.
So yeah, you're able to to get your hand in there.
And
she
another
goes,
6 and a 2.
You're able to reach into her purse
And
really
another
quick.
3.
Your hand goes into the purse, and she reaches right after her and gets a hold of your wrist. She's like, hey! She's like, that's mine.
As she does that, I just lift it up right in front of her face and I say,
From one professional to another, this is my trade, this is my craft. But I also happen to be a big fan, so I'm willing to make you a deal.
She like sighs. She's like, what?
Well, as you already know, my friend John and I here.
should she know John's name? Doesn't matter.
No.
My friend John and I here.
Is that him? Is that that guy?
That's the guy.
I just nod.
And I say, John, this is Faye. John and I have a job to do tonight. I was thinking maybe you might be interested in giving us a hand.
I think John's like, a threesome?
She kind of side eyes you like, no, I think I'm good.
For the threesome or for the offer?
I mean, it just sounds kind of, it does sound kind of, she's just sort of like, she just piggybacks off what John
It's
just
funny
said.
if he doesn't know.
He's not sure of the plan right now?
No, he's not sure. It's like dirty. He's not thinking of it that way.
What's stopping me from having my bodyguards come in here right now?
I would love to meet your bodyguards. Just please ask them to take their shoes off when they come in. We wouldn't want to make a mess. Now, if you would be interested in doing a little something different tonight, having a little bit of excitement, do a little run with us, we could sure use your hand. I'll give you this chip, no questions asked.
Okay. And I can record it?
I thought you already did.
I mean, the thing tonight.
And I turn to John and I look at him inquisitively.
You can have a final approval on it. You can take a look at it. I'll blur all faces. I've done this a lot.
I don't know what that means. This is below my pay grade. I've never had to deal with approval. I just make things happen. I just manage. I don't know what this is all about.
Okay, so he's in.
This is
How
way
about
too
you?
technical.
You got yourself a deal.
All right. So what are we doing?
Well, we haven't figured that out yet, but we're about to.
Okay, let me know when we're doing it. And she just walks off with her Bloody Mary and walks into the bedroom and like closes the door.
And Tina puts the chip into her robe pocket.
Tina, can we trust this chick that she's not gonna go to the cops?
The
Like,
question is, can she trust us, John?
John just keeps getting more confused.
I'm sorry, I did a lot of coke last night. I don't know if I'm ready to plan anything right now.
We're driving this boat, John.
Okay,
We're going to take her along for the ride. She works for us.
okay, but I'm gonna trust you, Tina. I'm gonna trust you.
Listen, I'm outside of my comfort zone too, but we're dealing with some celebrity action tonight, and it can't hurt to have one under our belt.
I see where your head's at. I trust you. I'm gonna let you fly this one.
You should fly with me. I need you to fly, John.
I'm gonna be right there. I'm gonna be right there, Goose.
Who's Goose?
You haven't seen that flick?
You're like, we got a few hours. You want to hop it in?
Yeah, we can watch this Point Break back to back.
And then we spend the next 4.5 hours watching Top Gun and Point Break on while Faye is in John's bedroom, and we don't change out of our robes.
Well, we're planning. We're still trying to plan while we're watching it, talking and getting a little bit of work done, but not really.
Yeah.
You check your phone, John, and you see you got 4 missed calls from Stooge.
Oh, shit.
During the movies or, or from the night before?
During the
Okay.
movie. You guys were like so engrossed.
We're so hungover and just like,
Tina sees John's phone kind of buzz for the 5th time, and she's like,
Oh, your phone's ringing.
oh. And then I should pick it up and be like total like, hello. Just completely into businessman mode. Stooge, bro, what's up? What's up?
It's like astonishing how quickly John is able to like put the mask on.
Yeah,
it's like
I'm ready.
watching an entirely different movie. Yeah, Tina's taken aback.
Everything should mute like it is like House, like the movie, like while he's on the phone.
John, baby, that was a hell of a night, man. Are you ready? You ready for tonight?
Just keeping this train rolling. No sleep. A little more Nova Coke, no sleep. We're keeping this going, baby.
Oh, awesome.
Ask him.
Just like
ask
old
him.
times.
John.
Yes, Tina.
Ask him where Slam Jackson is. Is he on his boat?
Yeah. Did you hear that?
I did.
I'm gonna put you on speaker.
Okay.
I'm gonna put you on speaker.
You can tell that he's like not.
I just think that's funny. I think boardroom people, they always want to get like, they don't want to relay anything that's below their pay grade. Let's get you on speaker. I'm gonna make Tina repeat herself. Tina, you tell him what you told me.
Stooge.
I love it. Tina always repeats herself. That's my favorite thing.
John. Stooge.
Yeah. Yellow.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
How does this thing
Crystal, baby.
Hey,
Talk to me.
Is Slam Jack, where is he gonna be on his boat?
You can tell that you're not on speaker with Stooge and he's around people. Yeah, that's right.
This is good. This is good,
Yeah.
John. This is good.
I heard last night that happened. I think it's still going on.
How was your night?
I had a great night last night. That was amazing.
I think it's funny if Tina just blurts out like, I fuck Faye.
That's exactly what she was. Stooge.
Yeah.
I had sex with Faye last night.
With like Faye?
Yeah.
It was cray with Faye last night.
I think she liked it. Stooge, do you have Faye's number?
Wait a minute, don't you?
Well, she's in John's bedroom. I asked for it last night, but she wouldn't give it to me, so I thought maybe if you had...
Nice, John.
Yeah, John.
Yeah, we're a threesome now. saying it again without realizing he's just so like he's not a cool dude. He's not a cool dude.
Stooge just nods like, oh no, naturally.
He thinks we actually wear it.
Well, yeah, I mean, sweet dude, sweet. No, I mean I have her number. I mean if she's there, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, you know what? I'll give you her number. Yeah, here's the number.
Send it to me.
I'll ping you.
Thanks.
So John, we're ready to move forward.
Yeah. Hang on just a second, Tina. I must tell you, you got to let this chick come to you. You can't be calling her. You can't be saving a number. This is a bad idea.
No, that's good advice.
Oh, yeah, no, dude, that's bro code right
this
there.
This conversation needs to happen.
I agree with John 100%. You don't look like some desperate.
Come on.
Oh, no.
Come on, Tina.
No.
Tina.
No, I just want to make sure she pays me.
Pays you?
Yeah. I gotta eat.
Okay, we gotta go. Stooge, we'll talk to you later. But everything's great. See you tonight. Bye.
All right.
Click.
You just hang up on him?
Yeah. Before Tina blows it.
You get a ping right away. 2 pings.
Okay.
One is Faye's number.
Yeah.
And the next is a location marker for Slam Jackson's yacht, and it's at the Sea Vista Marina.
Okay.
At the Richmond Highlands Yacht Club.
Okay.
Which is sort of on that.
Where is that?
Sounds like John's kind of place.
John, I know you're not much of a boater. You might have been to the yacht club to like schmooze or something, but you've never been out in the marina or anything.
Is that on like the lake or the seaside?
Right along the Puget Sound.
Is the yacht docked or is it kind of like out in the open water, kind of floating around kind of thing?
It's got to be out in the open water. I mean, like if it's a big boat.
I mean, boats dock and stuff, but I just don't know if he's partying like with privacy out in the open water, or if he's like on like a, private dock or something.
You just got the ping of the location.
The ping would be like distinctly where the boat is though, right? So if it's out in the open water, it would ping to the boat in the open water.
He didn't ping you the boat location. He pinged you where he keeps the boat. You know what I mean?
Okay. Old school.
Okay, yeah.
So we got to go up there and do some further planning.
We got to do some research.
Let's go over there and check it out.
Let's do it. Let's ride.
And I yell over the couch back to John's room, I'm like,
Faye!
what?
You stay here. We'll be back.
All right.
John's got to take he's like, give me 5 minutes. And then he jumps in the shower, crushes a shower beer, sprays a little cologne, slips on a nice Sonny Crockett Miami Vice suit with boat shoes.
Nice.
And he's like, I'm ready to rock.
Nice. Tina doesn't want to impose, so she just puts her ballistic jacket and her pants back on over top of her kind of crusty robe.
She keeps her musk from the previous night.
Yeah, she's gonna own that all day. Yeah, she straps her boots back on that she kicked off over by John's bedroom door. They head down the elevator.
Yeah, you make it into John's private garage area there. Did you bring I forget if you brought your
Yeah, we scootered over. Me and Faye scootered over.
No, I thought you used her crazy car.
You had that weird car.
Oh yeah, I brought the scooter on my back.
And you parked in my private spot.
Yeah, so that's what we'll do. Tina is going to leave Faye's vehicle right there in John's spot, and she's going to take her Tina scooter.
Hang on a second though. John, just gonna interject. Don't you want to attract attention if you're trying to get Faye and you onto the boat?
I do.
What's your plan?
I feel like we gotta kind of go scope out the situation now in broad daylight. Then we're gonna.
Got it.
Tonight we actually go in.
It's just the two of us.
Just you and me. Keep it low key here this afternoon. We make our plan. We come back with Faye.
Nice, and let's ride.
That's right.
You guys are taking the scooter and the motorcycle, right?
The scooter,
Yeah.
the rapier.
John's is a total crotch rocket, Top Gun vintage.
Nice.
That's what I'm picturing the rapier looks like. I'm picturing us that song Steal My Sunshine, that 90s song, you and me are just cruising, just having a blast.
They were on little bikes, right?
They were on scooters.
Yeah, little scooters.
That's what I thought of it.
That's funny.
Oh, I was thinking of the video.
I love it.
I know the video. Come on, everyone knows that video.
That's exactly what's playing in Tina's ear as she's on the road with John heading to the Sea Vista Marina. Also in Tina's mind is the image of Faye sitting on her lap facing backwards like Alicia Silverstone in the Aerosmith music video, just making out with her. And
nice.
Tina realizes this. She needs to open her eyes as she's driving down the road. She opens and swerves and gets back on the road.
That's hilarious.
The fantasy is real.
Very real.
You're not quite getting into the hellscape of Seattle downtown yet. You know, there's skyscrapers you're going past. And you pull off Route 99, head west toward the water, and as you get closer, you see the Sea Vista Marina.
Okay. What's it look like?
It's very chic.
Okay.
Everything is sort of like chrome and polished, sort of everything's like really angular and glass. The whole like yacht club building is super imposing, angular building. It kind of does like a bowl outward toward the water, and all of the docks and everything are back behind it. You can't see the docks or anything for this building.
Okay.
And you can see there's not really a way to get around. There's some checkpoints on either side with some marina guards, just like rent-a-cops hanging out. They don't look like they're armed.
Shit. Tina didn't bring any disguises.
Do we need disguise?
I mean, I don't know. I guess we could just walk in and ask to buy a yacht. Do they sell yachts here? I guess it's a yacht club.
Okay, hold on.
No, we go in and we tell them we have a yacht and we want to check out the club, and we pose as like a couple, and we say we want to check out the
that's
yacht.
Tina, that's not gonna work. Here's the thing.
Damn.
The best play, I gotta go in there. I look like somebody who might actually buy a yacht.
Maybe I work for you.
You're my bodyguard.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm like, you're my prisoner. We go back to that, like the Chewbacca, like.
That's funny. I found this troll in my yacht.
Okay, so I go in there and you're my muscle.
Okay.
You're my bodyguard.
Yeah.
And I'm a high roller.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I can fake that. I can
buy
fake
that.
I know how these guys tick.
I buy that.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go knock on the door.
You walk into this place and the whole front sort of wall is like the automatic door. It just like opens up. It's like a huge, echoey marble room, marble flooring. And then you've got like behind it just this massive desk that goes like, it's like way too fucking big. It spans like almost the whole back wall. And there's just like a persnickety guy behind the counter. He's just tapping away at some terminal.
Got it. I'm going to go up and I'm going to say, I'm thinking of docking my yacht here. And I just want to take a look at the slips, check a look at your facilities. If you don't mind giving me a pitch.
He kind of like looks up, notices Tina.
Yeah.
Oh, and then he kind of sees that you...
I never go anywhere without my bodyguard.
Right. No, but, obviously that makes total sense. Yes, would love to show you around the sort of the grounds and sort of the facilities we have here. We would love to have you for sure. If you don't mind, do you have a send number or send card or anything you'd like to slot so that I can give you any information? I could let you download any pamphlets we have, whatever.
Okay, refresh my memory on what that is.
Everyone has like a send card.
Yeah.
Not you guys. Basically like a social identity number.
Oh.
Anyone can just like slot this thing and then like their info comes up, basically like your driver's license.
So we didn't hack one yet.
You don't have any.
Tina takes a gamble here and she says,
It's not that kind of yacht.
and she pulls a cred stick out and it's got 750 new yen on it. And she slides it over slowly across the desk in front of him.
Let's see. Roll me. Well, Tina's gonna have to roll the etiquette roll.
I'm ready.
Let's see.
We don't have that chip.
And John, if you want to help her if you want to say something to help with the charisma roll, you can do that. Because you have etiquette corporate, right?
Okay, hold on. I have an idea I want to see how Tina does, but then I have something that I'm going to bust out.
All right.
If I think it's going south.
It's a target number is 8.
Okay.
Basically, this guy's kind of like, he does not look like the type that would take a bribe.
And I got to run just a straight up charisma.
Yep.
Shit.
2 dice.
I'm not good at that. All right, there we go. A 2 and a 1. Bad fail.
So you didn't crit, which is good. But yeah, he's sort of like, no, I'm sorry, apologies. That would not suffice for identification.
Okay, I'm going to interject. So do I have to roll for this?
Tell me what you're going to say.
I'm going to say, listen, it's not for me. I'm here for my boss, who's a big shot. And then I drop the name of like my old CEO of like that X Corp that I have. Mm-hmm. I drop my like old ID that's obviously expired, but I do with the confidence to be like, I'm checking this out for this guy.
Hell yeah. Give him the old business etiquette.
Roll me.
Old business
you
etiquette.
roll me corporate etiquette.
It's 4.
And your target number is going to be 4.
What'd you get?
1.
You got 1 success?
1 success.
He's kind of confused. He's kind of apologetic, trying to almost like get you guys out when he gets the cred stick slid over. And then when you start to talk, John, you're just suave. You're very calm. And now it makes sense to him. Like the bodyguard trying to just pay him off like a corp would.
But seriously, keep the cred stick for your trouble.
He,
like we're just throwing money around.
A preemptive tip.
Yeah. He's like, that's very generous, sir. We can't accept tips here, but I do very much appreciate it. And he pushes it back, but he's like lightened up.
Okay.
We work with a variety of corporations. You actually get special access to things that other people. He's like walking around. He's like trying to sell you on having your yacht at this marina. And he turns around and starts walking off. He's like rattling off where you actually have a private dock that your yacht would go, walking out toward the back.
Perfect. And my boss doesn't want people to know that like he's shopping around because he wants to get the best deal.
No, we'll use the utmost discretion. He's kind of like starting to think maybe John is trying to make a move in his company and is trying to like maybe surprise his boss. He's not quite buying your bullshit, but he's buying it still like in a different way. Like he's trying to sell you on this place now.
And you take a look around. Case the joint.
He's really smartly dressed. It's a fully tailored little uniform. He doesn't look anything like the guards outside. They kind of have nice uniforms. This guy's like fucking dapper.
Gotcha.
He's got these like designer shoes that are like clicking and they're echoing through this fucking like marble
I'm
hall.
kind of picturing him as like Alan Cummings' character in like Eyes Wide Shut.
Like Rachel from Blade Runner. As he's walking through this hall, he's very stiff and he's very curating his
Yes. I got
directing with his arms where you're supposed to look. And he takes you to this back doors that scan his eyes and they open up.
What's out there?
You come out the back of this marina office.
Okay.
You're looking toward the west.
Okay.
And you see just this grid of docks behind you. It's a shit ton of fucking slips for boats.
Holy hell.
Okay.
So this big 1,000-foot long pier goes straight out to the west, and branching off of it are 5 piers jutting off to the left that also spider off into little slips for their big giant fucking yachts. Closest to the marina, you hear some music playing, and there's a giant fucking yacht parked on just the outside of the very farthest slip.
Okay.
The music, like if my boss were, he's a private man, like is this something that happens a lot?
He's like,
here?
no, normally no. That is actually...
Who is that?
That is actually Jackie Jackson, Slam Jackson.
Oh.
He's a client of ours. He's been a client for a very long time.
Did you see the game last night?
I did see, that's obviously he's in celebration.
Sorry. And she
No.
turns to John. She's like, I'm talking too much. I'm talking too
No,
much.
fine, but like, so it doesn't happen every
Normally
night.
it's not a problem. Not a problem. Obviously it's championship season. It's the finals.
I think it's funny if Tina's super excited and John's just acting like he's not.
Tina's
that
head's kind of
impressed.
bobbing to the music.
And he's like, and it's not a problem because actually the corporate slips are this way. He starts to walk further down the pier off to the right side, further into this cove.
And Tina says, are they here often? Slam Jackson?
I mean, he's a customer, yes. I mean,
This music situation, they're usually parked here or they're out to sea. Is this usually you have parties here?
He looks sort of at John. He's sort of like, you can't...
Because of the noise. That's why I ask.
Tina's out of her league. She's trying to keep up here.
Again, it's normally not a problem.
This is my boss's personal bodyguard. She's always with him, and she knows everything that he likes.
And I understand.
Well, the two of us we know what our boss's needs are.
We are a premier marina, and we pride ourselves on utmost customer service. If you just come along with me, you will not hear this noise anymore. It's completely blocked. You're going to be surprised. You can't hear a thing.
I feel like he's trying to like pull us away from what we want to see. And Tina turns to John with that under her breath, and she's like,
I think we just ask if we can look around on our own.
I don't want to like raise suspicion, you know?
Right.
You know, Tina, like I'm just saying like we sort of start walking a little bit slower. I hold you back a little bit, like, and then try to slip a quick word in.
okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tina, like try to, say something like you're going to use the bathroom. Like I'll keep going on the tour. Like you try to get out of here. Try to slip away for a second.
Okay, I like it. Because you have sub vocal too.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, do you, excuse me, sir? I didn't catch your name.
Andre,
Andre, do you have a restroom that I can use?
yes.
What's the size of the restrooms that you have available?
We have all sizes. He starts to turn it into a pitch, and he's like, we have all sizes. We accommodate all the metahuman races.
I just don't want to make a mess. I just need something big enough for me.
He's like, yes, of course.
Tried to be considerate.
No, that's very considerate. There are some porta potties, patrol-sized, near the cranes in the fueling stations close to the marina over there.
I feel like this is like when Ace Ventura goes to that party, like, do not go in there. She's like soaking wet, like later on, like
She looks over her shoulder for the cranes and sees the cranes behind her, kind of towards the marina office.
she's like, that's right over by Slap Jackson. Great. And you're like, I'm like, Tina.
She's like, I'll be as fast as I can. I'll just give me a call and tell me where you're at, John.
Yeah, so you will need a security accompanying you, a security personnel. He's like, I can call them over in just a moment. He turns to John. He goes, we pride ourselves on our security. You understand?
Does a person need security just to take a quick piss? That seems a little excessive.
He's like,
Don't you have cameras here? Do you not have cameras here?
Mr. Anderson, you must understand. If you were to look off of your yacht and see a large troll walking along,
So you're telling me you don't have any cameras here?
Of course, yes, but
What's she gonna do? Can you just let her go?
I'm not insinuating anything. I'm just saying that our clients would feel much safer, I believe, to have a security personnel accompanying Miss. What was your name again?
Bone meal.
Bone meal.
I'm not so
Miss
sure.
Bone meal.
I don't think my client wants to walk around with a security guard all the time. Aren't we allowed in this club? This is an exclusive club. Who's coming in here? Who's coming in and out of here that I don't know about? I'm trying to understand what kind of riffraff is coming off of these boats. Are these parties getting out of hand? I'm getting a little confused.
It's a completely secure marina. There are no worries of any security breaches. We haven't.
I just don't understand why we have to feel like a prisoner at your establishment.
Oh, that is not in my intention. That is not my intention at all, Mr. Anderson. I'm certainly not trying to make you feel imposed upon in any way whatsoever.
Can you let her just take a piss?
He's like,
and get on with this damn thing?
He's like, quickly.
I will be fast as I can. Thank you so much. John, just tell me where you're at. I'll catch up.
Tina running away on tiptoes.
Tina even sells it with a little acting, and she kind of like pinches her thighs together like she's trying to hold her pee in, and she just kind of like scurry waddles back down the pier towards the cranes.
He's trying to fast talk you now, John. He's like, no I was not trying to insinuate anything. Of course you are.
Yeah, I have a meeting in about 15 minutes. Is there any way we could speed this up a little bit?
Well, as I was trying to say before, if you come along and he kind of takes you along the backside of these sound barriers, and you can tell it actually is very quiet. The music, you can't hear anything anymore.
I think it's funny if Tina goes around the corner and just lets out a huge fart, like Bloody Mary fart, and you can hear it just a little bit, like a. But it's like a giant.
So these guys are going to keep walking in the other direction, right?
They've walked around the opposite direction of where the branching off
Does Tina see anybody else on the docks, like maybe somebody moving towards that yacht or anything like that? Any sort of workers, anybody carrying anything?
Roll me a perception.
Okay.
She does see, just without perception roll, you are able to see several yachts also parked along, but they seem empty. Like, if there's people on them, they look like they're busy, like actually trying to undock, but there's not people just hanging out on boats.
Okay. I rolled a 1, a 3, and a 4.
Okay. You spot someone that's not wearing security uniform.
Okay.
As you get closer to the pier that heads off toward Slam Jackson's yacht,
this
person starts to take a little more of an interest in you. It just starts to kind of meander sort of closer to you.
Close to me, but they're not headed to the yacht.
No, they're not saying anything. They haven't picked up their pace or anything. They're just sort of walking along behind you.
Cool. Tina walks right up to this person, puts a hand on their shoulder and says,
could you direct me to the restrooms? I heard they're by the cranes. It's an emergency. I'm really sorry to inconvenience you.
This person is an orc.
And she lets out a little Bloody Mary fart audibly.
Oh!
On command.
So, okay. You see this person. This person is an orc.
Yeah.
Let me just. That's funny. It's let me back up before the Bloody Mary fart. He's an orc. He's about half your height, Tina. He's probably 5.5 feet, maybe almost tall. 6 feet tall.
Sure.
And pretty built. When you put your hand on his shoulder, he's quick. And he sort of grabs your hand and pulls it off.
Okay.
He's like, easy. Yeah, no, the shitters are that way. And he points over toward the...
I love how I'm like, who is this classless?
They're that way. He's like, they're that way.
The shitters.
Yeah.
I like how they're trying to do this.
I've got a better...
this guy.
I just dipped into a character that I'm saving. This is really a person you're going to meet.
Can I try to do something here?
You can do whatever you want.
You said he was quick. He pulled my hand away. Did I touch his shoulder at all?
You said you did.
I want to try to do something, but I don't know if it's going to blow everything I want to do it. I wanted to try to put a tracking signal. What I have is a signal locator level 6 and a tracking signal level 6, which means I have a bug thing I can put on somebody.
That's cool.
As soon as I touched his shoulder, do the Mission Impossible thing where she just it just sticks onto his shoulder.
So roll
if he's
me...
going to be on this yacht later and they go out to sea, I want to know where they're at.
Cool.
I'm going to have you roll me. That's pretty sick.
And I got a 5 quickness.
Okay. So you'll roll 5 dice. Let me figure out the target number here.
Because if I at least touched him, then I feel like it could have gotten on him. I don't know.
Yeah, totally.
Unless you're telling me he stopped me before I touched him.
So the target number is going to be 8.
Okay.
And it's because
I was wondering about the touch too.
the target number
You fooled me.
would be 4 plus 4 because we're using the skill web because you don't have a stealth skill.
Okay.
But you will be using
Not even with my Bloody Mary fart, huh?
not even with the Bloody Mary
All
fart.
right. I got 5 dice.
Just because this person seems to you can see this person's kind of
Yeah.
trained to be aware of shit.
Okay. 5 dice.
5 dice, target number 8. Any 6s?
No, I got a 5.
So yeah, no, you're just
I just didn't succeed.
you still have it in your palm, but it didn't stick on him, and so you kind of still have it in your palm.
And I just kind of point towards the cranes. I'm like, oh,
Right over there. Thank you.
and I kind of keep scurrying off towards the cranes.
Okay. He kind of
And I look back over my shoulder to say thank you one more time just to see if he's looking at me.
he's basically standing and just watching you leave.
Staring at me like waddle scurry away. Yeah.
Thank you.
And you
Thank
see him
you.
grimace as he finally, maybe for the first time, catches a
Okay.
draft of your fucking Bloody Mary fart.
So Tina kind of rounds the corner. She gets back to the end of the pier, kind of where they came onto it, over by the marine office, and then off to the right are these cranes. And she sees a couple of porta-johns over there, and one is just like a massive troll porta-john that's like 11 feet tall. And she goes in there, closes the door, and then cracks it, and waits for that guy to kind of like not be watching her anymore. Or she like goes up to the screen. You know how like porta-johns have those air vent screens in the top? She closes the door, goes up and like looks out that screen to see if the guy's still looking.
So
I like
you
if
can
she like method like starts shitting. Like she gets like she fully gets.
She can shit
like
on
make
cue?
it. Yeah, exactly.
She can shit on cue.
Tina's
She
so
can-
big. Yeah,
apparently she
she's
can
sitting
fart on
on the
cue.
shitter and shitting while she's looking out the air vent up top.
That's amazing. She's like Viggo Mortensen. She's just very method.
Yes.
So yeah, you're looking out of this vent along the top, and you can see over all the other porta potties. Like there's just it's taller than all of them.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like seeing past the crane. He's still kind of staring in your direction, and he's waiting. And then he kind of loosens up, and
And then he sees the door open to the porta-john and just kind of wave as if it's trying to air it out a little bit and then like close again.
So classless.
so you see him just kind of grimace like, God. I mean, he's an orc. He's also probably has some rough shits.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the trolls. That's no joke.
If he's not going to stop looking at me, I got a different idea. But if he's going to move on, then
I love how this podcast is only.
Yeah.
You can tell this is like a dude oriented
taking shits.
and just taking gross beer poops.
Taking shits, snorting coke. Yeah, you're watching him, and he finally he's just like, ugh, and he kind of turns away and looks back toward the yacht. Actually, Tina, roll me a perception.
Perception?
Yep. Target number 6.
2 4s and a 3.
Yeah, you just see him sort of turn toward the boat, and then he just starts to kind of meander around. He stays pretty close to that area, but he's turned his back to you now.
Okay.
Let's go back to John for a sec. What are you up to, John? What are you talking to with this guy?
I feel like I need to just continue the tour.
Okay.
John is just trying to keep this guy. He did say 15 minutes.
Maybe 6 minutes have passed.
Yep.
And this guy's sort of like, I don't want to keep you. I mean, I could show you sort of our kitchen. I could talk you through. We have a 4-star chef on hand at all times, able to accommodate any parties or anything you need. And he's just sort of rattling off all that stuff. He starts to walk back toward the yacht club building.
Okay, so that would mean going back.
Basically toward Tina. Yeah, he's retracing. He's like, as I said before, Sam Jackson, he took advantage of our catering services yesterday evening. I think he's paid for tonight as well.
Can you show me the kitchen? I'd like to see the kitchen. I want to see the cleanliness of the kitchen.
Absolutely.
This is the kitchen in the marine office?
It's sort of like
Yeah.
off the side of the office. And as you get closer, you can hear like the different pans and
I
different
think it's
things.
funny if you made me. I'm sorry. He's like, oh, what smells like shit? And I said, and I'm like, does this place smell like shit all the time? Because my boss would really not like to have to waft with shit all the time.
You walk past the porta potties and you see Tina open the door and wave it out. But he's like, oh, that is not normally something that happens. Those are usually off limits. I'll just have you know. He walks over. He retinal scans and opens up the back doors of this kitchen, and it's completely sterile. There's like automated hooks moving like different pans around, and there's cooks in there, and they've got like all like sterile, starched, white, perfectly fucking pressed aprons on and chef's hats. You can hear like the chef, he's like yelling orders at them about like what they need to be getting ready now for tonight.
Okay, I'm just gonna tour the facilities.
Let's go back to Tina.
Okay. So what she's going to do now, instead of opening the door, what she's going to do is like peel back one of those plastic vents in the top, get a little bit bigger opening up in the upper part of the porta potty. Trying not to attract too much attention.
Okay.
She's got a strength of 10. I don't know if you're going to make me roll for it or not.
No, you can pull this thing off.
Yeah. Tina pops that little...
It's like cheap 10, and you can just rip that off.
And so what she does is she stands up and she uses her binocular eyepiece and she uses her laser microphone level 6. She binoculars in to kind of like scope out the Slam Jackson yacht, which is like in the nearest off-shooting pier from her, kind of right in front of the cranes, right in front of the porta potties there, only maybe 100, 200 feet away, I would assume.
Yeah,
And then she uses her laser microphone and kind of shines it on the windows of the yacht to see if she can pick up on any relevant conversations happening inside.
So this yacht...
She's got a lot of toys.
She's surveillance, man.
It's true.
As you're looking at this yacht, you can see it's a big fucking yacht. I don't even know what the size is on it. Let's see here. 60 meters is what?
180 feet.
That thing's like 180 feet long. It's a big fucking yacht.
Yeah.
2/3 of a football field. It's big.
And you can see there's the name of the yacht is 5 in a row, which is how many championships the Sonics have won.
Nice.
And you can see that they've spray painted over 5 like a big X, and he just wrote 6 over it.
Nice.
And he goes, it says 6 bitch with an exclamation point, like all really shitty. Listening to the mic, the music's really fucking loud.
Okay.
There's a top tier that is like a sun deck. You can sit up there and you can sunbathe. Then there's like a little pilot's seat up at the top that's enclosed.
Yeah.
But there's a second level underneath that's all enclosed. If you're shining your microphone along that's where the music's really fucking loud.
Okay.
You're picking up everything.
Yeah.
And you're not able to really hear any singled out voices, but you can hear like multiple voices inside.
Okay.
It sounds like they're like maybe starting to party again.
Can Tina glean with her binocular eyepiece how many security guards are on this yacht?
Roll me a perception.
Okay.
And this time it'll be target number 5 if you're looking for security.
2 6s.
Yeah, so you see, besides the guy that you saw on the dock, you see another security that looks similar. It's a female elf, and she's up on the sunroof. She's just sort of sitting like kind of bored.
Just one security guard.
You can actually hear her talking, and she's like, yeah, I don't know. They're talking about, I don't know, they're doing another round, I guess, tonight. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they'll need plenty of that. Yeah. And you're basically hearing her end of a conversation.
She's talking to somebody on the phone or some vocal. Yeah.
With a 6, you got 2 6s?
Yeah.
I'd say you can kind of point your mic over and you can see the orc is moving his mouth too.
Now she takes her laser mic and kind of directs it over closer to like a window right next to that guy. Because windows...
How is the orc not seeing her right now?
I'm in the porta-john.
She's in the porta potty.
I'm shining my laser through the vent of the porta-john.
Got it.
So you hear him and he's like... Such a fucking pain in the ass. I don't know how they fucking need more Nova Coke. They just got like, how much did they get last night? They got through all of it? You're sure he said that? You're just hearing his side of the conversation now.
And how many guards do I see in total?
Just those 2. There's marina security. They don't want to impose on these rich fucking clients. So they're kind of staying closer to the marina building. But there's like one on either side that are just sort of walking around with walkie-talkies and just hanging out.
Okay. We know they're partying tonight. We know they're going to be here most likely. They want some more Nova Coke. They've got like 2 to 4 guards. They got the guard who was out on the pier earlier. They got 2 on the boat, and then they got marina guards as well. But I don't think Tina's going to be able to glean anything else other than that with what she's got here. So Tina's going to go ahead and open up that porta-john door, give John a call with her brick cell phone.
This is John.
John, I'm done in the restroom. Where are you guys at?
We're in the kitchen, but we got just about finished this up.
As she's talking on her brick cell phone, she's going to just start aimlessly kind of like looking up and like walking towards...
You're like walking off onto the pier that goes toward his yacht?
Yeah.
Away from where you would be going before?
Yeah, just to see if anybody stops her. And I'm just observing what I can for as long as I can.
I mean, I'm not going to... He's the guy's basically paying attention. He sees you going toward there, and he starts to walk towards you. Excuse me. Yeah, no, you're not allowed over here.
Did you see the manager with my coworker?
I did. They went back in the building.
Good.
He circles around you and gets between you and the yacht, and he's like, yeah, back that way.
Okay, thank you.
She thought she'd give it a shot. So she turns and backs and walks back to the office and meets up with John.
I like where your head's at. All right, John's going to kind of wrap this up. Like, okay, yeah, no, seems legit. Place looks good.
The guy was like mid-sentence explaining like something, and you're just like, yeah,
exactly,
good.
right? Let's wrap this up. Yeah, so you could get my information and I'll connect that with my secretary and we'll get this figured out. If I could just have your personal information, I'd like to take that down, please.
The name is Andre Mejia.
What is Andre? Is he a human or a...
He's human.
Gotcha.
Of like slight build. Elegant. It's not like Rory. Rory looks sickly.
Yeah, it's exactly, I was about to say that before. Tina, let's roll.
Tina comes in through the big doors and like tracks you guys down and just says,
Thank you so much. That was an emergency. I appreciate it.
Oh, of course. I'm glad we were able to take care of that.
Tina's like, do not go in there.
There's like toilet paper stuck to Tina's boot. And it's like massive troll toilet paper. It's like looks like fucking paper towels.
He's like, I'm so sorry. I had to improve the ventilation in there, but it's much better now. I think you'll be okay with it.
Okay.
Let's just get out of here. Let's
and Tina and John walk out the front doors of the marina.
Okay.
Okay.
You walk back out the front.
I want to have a quick powwow
Yeah.
with Tina.
I say we go over, we rev up our bikes and have a little convo here.
Definitely.
To mask our voices.
I'm curious to know what you've seen, but I saw the kitchen facilities.
Okay.
And I think I have a plan. They're going to need food out there, and I'm wondering if we could maybe get Rory as like a job as a dishwasher.
That'd be good.
And maybe we can get him to sneak something on for us.
Maybe Rory can create a distraction for
I
us,
think we
too.
need to try to appear like we're guests.
For sure.
Now that I'm thinking about it, like we need to be dressed to the nines, but we need to obviously get on surreptitiously.
For sure. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Cool.
I like this. I quickly call Rory and like tell him the plan and like tell him he needs to like apply for an application to be like a busboy / waiter.
Okay, yeah, is this John? Who is this?
Yeah, it's John.
Oh, hey, John. Hey.
Rory, I'm going to need you to run a couple errands for us. I'm going to need you to get a job at this marina. I'm going to need you to get your resume out, but it needs to be a resume from high school.
Yeah, no, I think I probably have that somewhere. Sure, John, yeah.
I need you to get a job by tomorrow afternoon, if that's possible, the weekend.
No, tonight.
Tonight.
Okay, wow, okay. I'll hurry that along, but, I just want you to know that this could be a problem. My hands are still bandaged.
Okay, great. You'll take care of it. Okay, I'll talk to you later, Rory.
The doc told me I shouldn't be using my hands.
Click.
So, yeah. Okay. So Rory's on it. Always eager to please.
So we get back over to John's place, right?
Yeah.
And you have Faye now, and she's like, every experience I miss is a lot of money. And I'm sitting in his fucking apartment that's like, okay, it's like, all right, but like, it's
And
not
we
great.
got an experience for you.
I'm all ears.
It's gonna be loaded, Faye. We're going to Slam Jackson's party on his yacht. You don't even need an invitation. You're fucking Faye.
What's your last name?
Feels all.
They're bringing Nova Coke by the barge full tonight. You're gonna party, we're gonna help you.
She raises an eyebrow when you mention Slam Jackson. Okay.
Tina, we kind of look like drug deal. What if you and I show up with the Nova Coke? Like, hey, we're here. With like the party's here.
Maybe that's what we do, man. We just pull up in our boat with a bunch of Coke, because that's kind of illegal, right? And so we'd just be like, here's your Coke.
She's kind of intrigued, but she's not fully sold. She's like, I mean, I partied with Slam Jackson last year, like, big fucking whoop. I know you guys do less than legal things, and I'm getting a sense that there's something going on. I want in.
Oh. Okay, fair enough.
You partied with Slam Jackson last year,
Yeah. He tried to hook up with me. I was like, gross. I don't do sports figures.
but do you spank sports figures?
I don't think that's gonna. I mean, I'm normally not even that kind of girl. But
Are you gonna try to dumb Slam Jackson? I'm just trying to follow what's happening here. I'm a little confused.
Well, we haven't really made a plan yet of how we're gonna get his DNA. So, like,
I would love it if Tina gave him like the Jamie Lee Curtis like lap dance.
yeah,
She's like, I don't know if that would. I'm not sure you're his type, but
That was a little True Lies ref, just so.
Oh, I love
I
our
got you.
yeah.
Okay, I'm just trying to. I want people to keep up here.
Okay, wait. So he wants Coke, right? Okay, so I bring Nova Coke. I could bring you guys.
Yeah, bring us. We could show up on our boat.
Okay, you have a boat. Cool. That's sweet.
Tina does.
That's cool.
It is cool. That's right.
I mean, I think that's what we do. Like, we can bypass the marina security by just coming in via boat with Faye Fieldsall on our boat.
I think it'd be cool if she calls Slam Jackson and be like, let's hang, and like maybe she can get us like access. Maybe if Slam Jackson allows us to dock.
She's like, yeah, I can do that. Fuck it. Yeah, sure. And she picks
Tina,
up.
I want to turn to you. I think we're gonna need some disguises. And like we do like a disguise dress up montage, 80s, like Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
We're gonna need to get to my place. Stat.
She's like, you don't live here?
Oh no. Not here.
She's like, should I call him now or what?
Yeah, give him a call.
She picks up her phone and she's like, get me Jackie. Waits a second and she's like, hey, I heard you having like a party. Is it happening tonight? You need any party favors or anything? Oh yeah, no problem. I can bring that, sure. 7 o'clock? Great. Yeah, whatever. And then she hangs up the phone.
I love that Slam Jackson's party started at 7 o'clock instead of like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
All of our runs start at 7 p.m.
It's like a church potluck. We're like, wait, what is this? Like Slim Jackson's like very religious and like it's like you need to bring like some of your green bean casserole.
Right, bean supper.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 10 p.m. 10 p.m. She's like 10 p.m. 10 p.m. 10 p.m. So that's when I party now at 7 p.m.
It's funny too to start a Shadowrun. I agree with like it's just funny to start like a Shadowrun like 7:30 p.m.
7 p.m. sharp. I plan every run to conflict with Tina's fucking show. That's all I do. 7 p.m. on Tuesdays.
It's Wednesday now, bitches.
It is Wednesday.
So we buzz back over to Tina's place on our bikes and then head out to her garage out back.
Her love dungeon.
The waterside garage that's got her boat in it. The Otter.
Right on.
Tina opens the door, clicks on the light. All three of us walk in. She walks over to a closet, opens up the door, clicks on the light. All of these lights ping on one at a time, and it just reveals this ridiculous wardrobe inside of her shed.
I think it's funny if one of the lights she cycles through is like a black light and there's just like fluids everywhere.
So sorry, wrong one.
It's like, oh God.
It's all over her face.
And she just turns and kind of like winks at Faye.
Oh yeah, she hasn't showered.
And this has got anything you could possibly want in her costume treasure trove. Turns to John. She says,
What are we wearing tonight?
I think we're going as 2 coke dealers. So what do you got for that?
yeah, well, that's the funny thing about coke. I'm like racking my brain for what a coke dealer looks like. They probably just
I think
like
the
look
main
like,
thing is we need to like disguise our appearance because like Tina should be a little bit more classy, I guess. If you're gonna be a drug dealer at like a high class party, I feel like you can't look too shabby. John just needs to look like a different person somehow.
Maybe John comes in as the drug dealer and Tina comes in as Faye's like the splash of the week.
Fair enough.
And Tina pulls out for herself. She turns to Faye. She's like,
All right, here's the story. Tonight, I'm your girlfriend. Does that work for you? Something new.
Maybe you're like a protege, like
You want to break the law, this is how we do it.
She's like too woke. Like,
like there's like labels.
Like a label.
Yeah. Like I saw you like last night.
it's like breaking Tina's heart because she's like trying to just get.
Tina's like gritting her teeth, but she's just like,
I read you loud and clear.
Tina reaches in and pulls out this like kind of wispy, all white jumper with a plunging neckline, goes almost down to her navel. One of those jumpers that like it looks like a skirt but isn't a skirt.
I totally am picturing
and
it. Yeah.
as sexy as Tina could make anything look. But the jumper itself is fucking spot on.
Does it kind of look like a wrestling jumper?
It's one of those like super short shorts. They look like skirts, but they're not.
Yeah.
They're actually like closed leg bottoms.
Yep.
The top is just this wispy shouldered plunging neckline that goes all
But
the
it's
way
all
down to, like,
connected.
her. Yeah, it's all one piece. Yeah.
Got it.
It's one of those things where you probably have to like take the entire fucking thing off to take a shit. If you like girls probably have to go into the bathroom and take all of their clothes off just to take a piss kind of thing.
Good
And just like
point.
that, it does not seem practical.
Which will probably happen in this run with Tina. Alex, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. She's like kind of like
She undoes her like tightly braided cornrows, does her hair a little bit, gets it nice and curly and wavy, and like wears it
Whoa.
down around the shoulders. A little bit.
voluptuous pink hair.
Yeah.
You look cool.
John comes back and he's completely shaved his beard. He looks like 10 years younger
Whoa.
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
for his costume.
You guys look pretty cool. Cleaned up well.
But he keeps like a 5 o'clock Sonny Crockett shadow.
Yeah, nice. Manicured.
Like it's already a 5 o'clock shadow in like the last like 15 minutes.
And Tina makes eye contact with Faye, then walks over next to the steel top table. There's a big screen TV and like a video camera. There's a little safe on the ground, and she makes sure Faye sees her.
This is the dungeon. This is your
This
torture.
is the sex dungeon. This is the Dom dungeon that
This is
we're
the sex
in right
dungeon.
now. Yep.
So it's like, tell us about this table. Like, what's on it? What's going
Well,
on?
the table itself is like this big steel-topped medical table that you'd like do surgery on somebody. It's got like leather straps on it and ropes kind of like
They're
piled
like
around.
and stirrups for thorough like examination.
More
I'm like,
ropes than you could
yeah.
possibly need to tie somebody down. Just more for an aesthetic. There's like a chair sitting next to the table with the bottom of the seat like cut out, like the thing that they nutted Daniel Craig with in James Bond and Casino Royale.
It all comes back to the Craig meme, doesn't it?
There's 2 different cameras from 2 different angles filming the table itself. There's a 80-inch big screen on the wall above the table, and there's a little safe on the ground in the corner.
Okay.
She opens up the safe, and she pulls that chip out of her pocket, puts the chip in it, closes the door, locks it up.
Wow.
Okay.
We pull this off tonight. It's all yours. No charge.
All right. Let's do it.
I like how Faye's paying for Tina's porn.
Yeah.
It's like awesome.
It is. I'm gonna see what I can conceal in this thing. So,
John, are you packing anything right now?
Oh, I'm always packing, baby.
Is it obvious you're packing?
Wait, hold on. Actually, good point. Because I just came from the stakeout, right?
You went back to get her.
Then I'm definitely fully loaded. But here's the thing. Would I go in there fully loaded?
That's the question.
Tina's got this jumper on. It can't conceal as much as like her ballistic jacket, so she's not going with extra like armor this time.
I think I'm just gonna bring my pistol. I'm gonna have my silence pistol, and I'm gonna have that way I can use my internal smart link.
Hollow Notes is staying home.
Hollow Notes are staying home, but now because I only have one gun, I can use, it's a concealable holster, silenced, and I can use my internal smart link so I can be deadly accurate with this thing.
Badass. And then Tina, you got your little leotard on, so you're not
Well,
like
Tina's got a jumper, but a jumper's kind of flowy, like it kind of hides stuff a little bit. But she can't put
her
like
shotgun.
she can't get that in. What she's gonna do is strap a concussive grenade and an offensive grenade to the inside of her thigh, inside the jumper. And she's also
Right next
gonna,
to the big brick phone.
Yeah, exactly. And then she's going to bring her knife, her shuriken, and her sap
Nice.
that she can kind of get in underneath.
Do you
her
pull
stuff.
these things out like out of your shed? Like, are they in here somewhere? Like, I'm wondering if Faye sees you loading these things on.
Yeah. Tina.
And her eyes get kind of wide.
Tina walks over to her ammo closet next to her clothing closet, opens the doors up. All the lights kind of slowly turn on in that as well and reveal like her arsenal of shotguns and grenades and tasers and all of her different ammo rounds. She starts shuffling through, pulls out the grenade she wants.
It's like a Shawshank Redemption shot too. Like it's shot from inside the fucking container, looking at you guys, and she's like peeking around, and she's like, "Holy shit!"
I think it's funny if all John did when he like went back to his apartment was he like opened up his freezer and he pulled out just that like pistol. Like he kept it in there.
Like it falls out from under the ice tray, he like catches it. Like it's like you have guns parked everywhere.
Yeah,
kind of
it's
thing.
exactly just in case he gets Kato attacked in his place.
That's awesome.
You got to remember, Tina's massive, so like
Yeah.
she's got a lot of room under that skirt. And on the other thigh, she tucks in the tiny little taser gun that's got 20 taser darts in it.
That's fucking whiz.
As she's tucking in her taser, she turns to Faye. She knows what she's doing. And she hands her the 2 grenades. She's like,
Hold on to these for a second while I get these tucked in.
like slams them down in her hands, and they're like way heavier than she thought they would be.
And then she's like, "Oh fuck yes."
Don't drop those.
Oh, these like kill us?
They kill you.
And she kind of like gulps, and you see a little perspiration on her. For the first time, been cool as a cucumber all day, like so aloof, and now she's like kind of like, "Oh shit, I'm in with some hard motherfuckers right now."
And Tina just reaches over and wipes the sweat off of her brow, and then she says,
You guys ready to have some fun?
She shakes it out of her head, just like, "Okay, yeah, let's go." She's like, take these. Jesus Christ. She hands them back to you.
turns to John. She's like,
You ready to rock?
I just want John to be like, checking the breech on his gun and just like getting everything ready to rock. And he's like, "Oh yeah."
That thing's fucking greased to perfection. It's like fucking
absolutely.
everything's perfect.
Tina goes,
Let's do this, Maverick.
All right, Goose, let's fly.
and she turns and jumps into her otter. She's just fucking amped, revs up the boat, and just beckons for them both to hop in.
I got the need, Tina. The need for speed.
Faye's like, do we have Coke?
John just kind of like, normally humorless, but he's like, like laughing like Ron Swanson with like a weird like stupid grin on his face, like like a weird like no way, and then like he pulls out like a duffel bag like full of Nova Coke.
Oh my god. And then she like looks at it. She has like a little cyber compartment on her finger and a little nail extends and she fucking snorts it. She's like, oh shit, that's good. This is really good.
John's like does a little like snort, of course. And it'd be funny if he's like replaced his like nostrils because he just snorts so much coke, like with
He
cyber.
has a cyber septum.
Yeah.
Tina sees Faye and John do a little bit of coke, And she's never admitted this to anyone, but she's never done Nova Coke in her entire life.
Oh, man.
But in this moment, she's feeling a little bit of peer pressure. She says,
Give me some of that.
Sorry for all the drug use on this podcast, kids.
John, your phone rings.
Who is it?
It's Rory.
Definitely subvocal. I don't want anyone to know that I talked to Rory.
Hey, John, I got an interview.
Great. Did you get the job?
The interview's tomorrow. Is that okay?
No, it's got to be for tonight, Rory.
Oh, no. Okay. I didn't know that.
Don't fuck this up.
I haven't been on a job interview in a long time, John. Is that something you could ask?
You're a busboy, for Christ's sake. Yes.
All right. I'll call you back.
And he hangs up the phone.
John's been totally silent this whole time on his subvocal, but you could just Tina could see the stress on his face.
Tina rips into this boat and opens the garage door, backs the boat out, and tears off through Washington Lake.
Awesome. Faye's touching up her makeup, getting her simsense shit all calibrated. She's ready to record, yelling over the motor of the engine. She's like, don't worry, I have safeguards in place. All of your faces will be completely blocked out. It won't be a problem.
Oh, God.
And
John already can see where this is going. Chris can see where it's going, but John's super amped.
Tina, you know that this is how she gets famous. She doesn't have permission. She won't show faces.
Okay.
You trust her on this.
John's oblivious. He's oblivious.
How does that work anyway?
She's looking at Faye's recording devices and stuff, where she records her simsense stuff.
I have a camera on my eye. I've got a medium lens on my right, a long lens on my left, and then I got all my sensory.
It's funny if she's super technically knowledgeable about it, and
Yeah.
Tina's just okay.
Tina reaches
okay,
her. Does she have mechanisms on her body or something?
She's recording her body. Basically, she's got a chip in her head that's recording her neurons that are firing. All the information that her brain is taking in.
Okay.
Into a chip. There's no cameras or anything on her except for her eyes. It's just what she feels, what she touches. The spray of the water hitting her right now, she's calibrating a little bit, make sure it's not too intense. And you cut through the waterways going west, right through the center of downtown. There's these cool little canals that you're able to drive through to get out into the Puget Sound. And along the coast going up north toward Sea Vista Marina. You see a couple of marina boats. They don't look like cop boats, but they look like security boats. And they see you coming and they give their cherries a quick flash. And they pull up alongside.
Tina kind of throttles down but doesn't kill the engine completely and hails the security officers.
There's an elf that's kind of leaning off the side and he's like, this is Marina Waters. You have to go around if you're going up north.
Tina has a voice modulator with a tonal shift. She can basically, in her throat, recreate any voice that she's heard before.
So badass.
That's awesome.
She goes,
We are here for the party.
And he sees Faye, and the guy's like, he gets on his radio. He's like, Faye, feels all. Okay. Well, there's none. He's looking. He's like, there's not an open space. Oh, okay. Yep. And he's like, no problem. Just follow me. We're gonna have to make space. And he pulls you guys around. It's you get closer. You can hear the music's getting louder as you're getting closer to the music's getting louder as you're getting close to Slam Jackson. You're 100 yards away from Slam Jackson's boat now. You can see the lights on it, and as the music's kind of ringing out over the water. These guys have not stopped partying. They partied last night, started up in the middle of the day when you guys were there, and now it's full raging.
Nice.
And it's about 10:30 p.m. right now.
Sick.
He's like, are you here for anyone particular, or are you just here to park?
Tina says,
We are not here for you.
That voice is hilarious.
Yeah, we're here for Slam Jackson. Is that his boat? Yeah, I'll get you as close as I can. And he pulls you guys up close, and there's your boat's pretty small. He's able to get the otter sort of in between these two other big yachts on the slip just opposite Slam Jackson's yacht. Radios a guy, and another marina security guy's trying to look composed, but he's fucking shitting his pants. And he runs over and he starts to tie your boat off.
we're not docked on the yacht itself. We're on a different slip. Okay.
You're 2 slips away.
Tina kills the engine, looks over at John and says,
You ready to do this?
Let's roll.
Guard's I'm sorry, is Slam Jackson expecting you? And Faye's yeah. And he walks you up, and
So Tina's following right behind Faye. Faye's leading the way, then it's Tina, then John behind us with his duffel bags. We're walking up right to that ramp that comes up onto the 6-bitch-in-a-row yacht.
you can see as you guys come up to the ramp going onto the dock, and there's a guard kind of looking out, and you can tell that it's the orc guard from earlier.
Oh, shit.
thank you for listening to Pink Fohawk. You can check out new episodes every 2 weeks. Until then, please like, tell your friends, follow us on Instagram, do the whole thing. Thanks again for giving us your time. It's the most precious commodity any person has. Pink Fohawk theme created by Collin Ruffino. You can find links to his website in the description below, along with credits for other songs used in this episode. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.
Tina's never done coke before, and she didn't know when to stop. She just took a larger than average line.
She does like an Al Pacino amount of coke.
It takes more coke to get a troll high. You've taken like 3 lines of coke and you're not feeling a thing. You have a body of 10, like it's like not happening yet. It's kind of like someone that smokes weed for the first time is like, this doesn't work on me. And then like you take like keep going, then you get really fucking high.
Am I doing this right? Am I doing this right?
You're not doing it wrong.
Faye's like, are you like actually breathing it, or is like stuck? She's like trying to look in your nose. She's like stuck in there. I don't know.
Like, how do I?
She's like, you're doing it right. I mean, it looks like you're doing it right.